Our journey with PATH begins in 1972. Let's look back at the events that were taking place when PATH opened its doors. If you were to walk by your local theater, the marquee might have some familiar names, such as The Godfather, Fiddler on the Roof, Cabaret, The Poseidon Adventure, and Last Tango in Paris. Or imagine you flip on your FM radio, and Don McLean's American Pie or Al Green's Let's Stay Together, keeping you company on your long drive ahead. This is also the era when color TVs were starting to make their way into homes. Most shows are still presented in black and white, but it's still nice to tell the neighbors you own one. As the TV tube heats up and the screen crackles to life. All in the Family, Sanford and Son, MASH, and a show still beloved by children homesick from school to this day, The Price is Right. You might also be lucky enough to catch the first broadcast of City TV filmed out of Toronto, Ontario. You may also be lucky enough to own an Atari game system with its breakout classic, Pong. 2 lines and a moving pixel cost a whopping $650 in today's worth. Hewlett-Packard introduced the world's first pocket scientific calculator at the low price of $395, or in today's money, almost $3,000, making those 2 lines and little pixel seem like a bargain. The compact disc was invented, eventually making the 8-track and cassette tape obsolete. In world events, Pierre Elliott Trudeau was in 24 Sussex Drive, and Nixon would be leaving the White House. The Pickering nuclear power plant opened, and Canada began its ban on cigarette advertisements on film, radio, and television. NASA's Space Shuttle program was launched, and the first man-made spacecraft to leave the solar system, Pioneer 10, lifted off from Cape Kennedy. The Equal Rights Amendment, which provided equality of the sexes, was passed by the U.S. Senate. In sports, the World Hockey Association was established with 4 Canadian teams: the Ottawa Nationals, Quebec Nordiques, Winnipeg Jets, and Alberta Oilers. The Winter Olympics took place in Sapporo, Japan, and Summer Olympics were held in Munich, Germany. In Hamilton, the Ticats won their 6th Grey Cup, defeating the Saskatchewan Roughriders at Ivor Wynne Stadium.
To Fleming, touchdown. The Riders argue he was out of bounds.
And while all of this is going on in Hamilton, a man by the name of Mark Garber started what we now know as PATH Employment Services. Mr. Garber was working as a placement officer at Mohawk College, feeling discouraged because he was finding a lot of challenges in placing clients with disabilities. He knew these clients had much to offer in the workplace and wanted to place focus on abilities instead of barriers. A grant was applied for and received on the same day in 1972. In order to find meaningful employment for their clients, PATH had to start educating the community. The perception was that people with disabilities were unable to perform to a certain level. Nevertheless, over the last 50 years, a lot of teaching, access to technology, and great communication, the Hamilton community has given people with disabilities more opportunities than ever before. When Mark Garber looked into his crystal ball in 1972, did he imagine the progress society has made in accepting and now recruiting people with disabilities? It is agencies such as PATH, Amity Goodwill, March of Dimes, Agelic, Community Living, and many others that have broken ground to ensure that a positive, proactive approach is used to connect people to meaningful work.
My name is Kelly Sword, and I am PATH's occupational therapist. And the fact that I'm working at PATH is really sums up the reason I love working with PATH, because they love to collaborate and they're always open to new ideas. And having my role as part of PATH is a new idea and is the result of collaborating. I love working with this team. Folks are supportive and communicate, and they show their appreciation and they reach out. And above all, the ultimate goal is to meet the client's needs. The clients walking in the door at PATH or signing on to a Zoom meeting or making a phone call. That's another reason why I'm here. PATH needed to meet their clients' needs, so they thought outside the box, and here I am. And I hope I get to stay for a very long time. I'm very excited to be part of the Supported Employment Service team now, which is rapidly expanding, and it's great to be a part of that.
Hello, my name is Louise, and I have been both a client of PATH Employment Services and now an employee. Many people have a disability, and it can be different. Mine is my age. Many employers are not interested in hiring an older woman. When I first contacted PATH looking for work, Jacqueline was my employment coordinator. She helped me with preparing for a few interviews that didn't pan out. Jacqueline then moved to the retention team, and my new EC was Andrea. In March of 2021, Andrea called me to say she had a perfect position for me at PATH. They were looking for an administrative assistant. I did a Zoom interview with Monica and Tara, and 2 weeks later, Monica offered me the job. I was hired during COVID and met with Monica and Catherine for 2 days in the office for training, and then continued to train at home on Zoom. I had taken customer service workshops with Hazel, which helps me focus on the important things. For the last 18 months, I have worked with an amazing team. Our management team show daily their wonderful leadership skills and are always patient with the many questions or IT problems that I bring to them. Being at the front desk, the clients represent many walks of life. Many of their stories melt my heart. Some I can relate to. Sometimes when others don't fit into the box to be eligible, I plead their case to Tara so we can help them. It's wonderful to learn from the ECs of clients whose lives have been changed for the better because of PATH. I enjoy my job at PATH so much because I enjoy helping people, and it can be very rewarding. I am and are so happy to be part of the team.
Hi, my name is Andrea, and I'm an employment coordinator with PATH Employment Services in Hamilton. I've been with PATH for 3 years, and based on what I know and based on what I've seen, if you are looking for work and if you've had trouble with your job search or have sent out numerous resumes with no response, I highly suggest you contact PATH. Our services are for free, and we are here to support you. We support your job goals, your professional development, anything that you would need in order to fulfill your purpose when it comes to finding employment. PATH is your go-to. And what you may not know is that PATH also specializes in helping people with disabilities find employment. I am an example, personally, as someone with a disability who's found employment and purpose with PATH. I am type 1 diabetic, I'm visually impaired due to diabetes, and I've been able to work, and I've been able to feel fulfilled by working. And if you do identify with having a disability but are fearful of what your next step should be, I would suggest that when you look at the word disable, please focus on able. You are able to do whatever it is that you can. Everyone's journey is different, but PATH is here to support what your journey would be. So do not hesitate to pick up the phone or send an email to PATH, and someone will assist you. An employment coordinator is here to support you 100%.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sarah.
Sarah, what do you like about PATH?
Well, Kevin, what I like about PATH is how innovative it is. we've been given the opportunity to develop a specific program through a call of proposals from FedCap. That's called the Supported Employment Service. The reason why this is so exciting and the reason why I love PATH is because this service is a consultative service that allows us to engage other employment service providers in the work that they do with clients. So our reach is more expansive than if it was just within our own organization. And the support that we provide to these individuals is really cutting edge and allows us to combat stigma and biases towards people with various types of mental health disabilities or other types of disabilities. And it allows us to really provide an educational service as well to aid in the professional development of those other staff members, all related to disability. So that's the reason why I like PATH. Kevin, what do you like about PATH?
The thing that I like about PATH is that it is a very flexible organization that's rooted very deeply in its community. It is large enough to have an impact and small enough to adapt quickly to any situation that arises. Management listens to staff and makes changes or even successfully develops whole programs based on their input. As a staff member, I feel supported and empowered to make positive changes in our clients' lives.
Hello, I am Minu. I am an employment coordinator here at PATH. I love my job, I love my team, and I love my clients. This job definitely is very challenging, but I'm up for a challenge. Again, it's all about love and respect going around in PATH Employment Services. Thank you everybody for making me feel welcome in this place.